Right, gather round, folks. It's story time. Ever had a dream where you were a superhero or maybe a notorious villain? That's what we're diving into today, the world of archetypes. But wait, before you start imagining yourself in a cape or a mask, let's take a step back. Imagine for a moment you're walking through a forest. Suddenly you notice a path veering off to the right, leading towards an old, mysterious castle. Intrigued, you decide to venture forth, stepping into a world filled with fascinating characters and enchanting tales. This, my friends, is the realm of archetypes. Archetypes, a term famously coined by Swiss psychiatrist Carl Jung, are essentially universal symbols or themes that reside deep within our collective unconscious. Think of them as the DNA of our psyche, the building blocks of our personalities and behaviors. They're the heroes and villains, the tricksters and mentors that populate not just our dreams, but the stories we've been telling each other since the dawn of time. Now you might be thinking, what's this got to do with my daily life? Well, a lot, actually. Whether it's the hero in you that steps up when a friend is in need, the sage who loves a good puzzle, or even the rebel that dares to challenge the status quo, these archetypes are constantly at play, shaping our reactions, our decisions, and our relationships. And here's the fun part. We all have a unique mixture of these archetypes within us. Like a cosmic cocktail, they blend together, creating the one-of-a-kind masterpiece that is you. But don't get me wrong. This isn't about boxing ourselves into categories. It's about understanding the different aspects of our personality, embracing our strengths, and acknowledging our shadows. It's about becoming more self-aware, more authentic, and ultimately, more human. So buckle up. We're about to embark on a journey exploring these timeless characters that reside within us all. We'll delve into their stories, their powers, their challenges, and how they influence our lives in ways we might not even realize. And that, my friends, was your first glimpse into the world of archetypes. So you've met the superhero and the villain, but guess what? There are more characters waiting backstage. Let's pull back the curtain and meet the whole cast of Jungian archetypes, shall we? First up, we have the hero. This archetype is your classic cape-wearing, damsel-rescuing, always gets the bad guy kind of person. The hero is brave, self-sacrificing, and often on some grand quest. Next, meet the trickster, the archetype that loves to play games, bend rules, and generally stir up a bit of chaos. The trickster is all about transformation and change, often bringing about unexpected twists and turns. Then we have the shadow. This archetype represents the darker side of ourselves, the parts we might not want to acknowledge. The shadow is a bit like that embarrassing relative we all have but don't talk about. And finally, the divine feminine. This archetype embodies nurturing, caring, and creativity. It's the archetype that reminds us to listen to our intuition and to care for others. Quite a motley crew, isn't it? But hold on, the show's just begun. All right, time to roll up our sleeves and dive into the first archetype, the hero. Imagine, if you will, a character named Bob. Now Bob is an ordinary guy, working a 9-to-5 job, living a routine life. But one day he stumbles upon a mysterious artifact at a yard sale. Suddenly he's thrust into a world of adventure, facing challenges and obstacles he never imagined. That's the hero's journey for you. The hero archetype is the embodiment of bravery, courage, and determination. It's this innate pull towards adventure and self-sacrifice for the greater good. When faced with adversity, the hero doesn't cower or run. No, the hero stands tall, ready to take on whatever comes their way. It's this archetype that influences our ability to face our fears, to challenge the status quo, and to strive for what's right. So next time you're feeling brave and gallant, you know who's been pulling the strings. Now, who's ready for some mischief? Enter the trickster. This archetype, my dear listeners, is a real hoot. The trickster is the one who tests the rules, often breaking them, not out of malice, but out of a sheer love for fun and unpredictability. Picture a mischievous child unable to resist the allure of a freshly baked pie on the windowsill, or the class clown, always ready with a prank up his sleeve. The trickster within us represents our free spirit, our innate desire to play, and our ability to see the world from a different angle. It's the trickster that makes us question authority, challenge norms, and yes, sometimes land us in hot water. But it's also the trickster that makes life less predictable, more vibrant, and ultimately more enjoyable. So remember, the next time you feel a bit cheeky, the trickster might be in town. Let's dim the lights a bit, shall we? It's time for the shadow to come out and play. The shadow, my friends, is the Jungian archetype that represents the parts of ourselves we choose to suppress or deny, those unilluminated corners of our personality that we might rather keep hidden. Picture, if you will, a jovial chap named Bob. Bob is always the life of the party, always laughing, always spreading joy. But even Bob has a shadow. On those rare gloomy days when Bob is feeling a bit out of sorts, he retreats into his shell, turning into a veritable Scrooge. That's Bob's shadow at play, the part of him he usually keeps under wraps. The shadow isn't necessarily evil, it's just the less socially acceptable aspects of our personality. It's a part of who we are, and recognizing it can lead to personal growth. So the next time you're feeling a little bit shady, you know who's lurking in the shadows. All right, gents and ladies, it's time we paid homage to the divine feminine. This archetype, often associated with nurturing, compassion, and intuition, isn't just limited to the fairer sex. Picture this. A burly lumberjack-type fellow, muscles bulging, beard flowing, chopping wood in the forest. Suddenly, a baby bird falls from its nest. What does our lumberjack do? He gently picks up the tiny creature, places it back in its nest, and even whistles a soothing lullaby. That, my friends, is the divine feminine whispering in his ear, guiding his actions. As we journey through life, we all embody elements of the divine feminine, regardless of our gender. It influences our capacity to love, to nurture, and to empathize. It's that comforting voice that tells us it's okay to be vulnerable, to care, to connect. So the next time you're feeling nurturing and compassionate, you know who's been whispering in your ear. All right, folks, fasten your seatbelts. We're about to delve deep into the collective unconscious. Think of it as a vast, invisible reservoir of shared human experience. It holds the memories and myths of our species, yet it isn't about personal experiences or individual memories. It's broader, deeper, and more universal. Now, where do archetypes come in, you ask? Imagine the collective unconscious as a grand theater. Archetypes are the recurring characters, themes, and narratives that take the stage time and again. They're the heroes and villains, the tricksters and mentors, the divine feminine and the shadow self. These archetypes are not just figments of our imagination, they are real, potent, and they shape our perceptions, actions, and the very fabric of our personalities. We encounter them in our dreams, storytelling, and art, a testament to their universal resonance. So the next time you have a déjà vu moment, you know what's tickling your brain. Now that we've met our motley crew, let's see them in action in our everyday life. Consider the moment when you're feeling particularly brave, ready to conquer the world. That's the hero in you stepping up, pushing you towards your goals. Or perhaps you found yourself playing the joker, lightening the mood at a social gathering. That would be the trickster, using humor to navigate complex social dynamics. Have you ever experienced a sudden, inexplicable fear or anxiety? That could be your shadow archetype, reminding you of the parts of your personality you'd rather keep hidden. And when you feel a surge of compassion, empathy, or nurturing, it might just be the divine feminine making her presence known. These archetypes, they're not just abstract concepts, they're integral parts of who we are. They shape our reactions, our decisions, and ultimately our personalities. So the next time you see a pattern in your behavior, you know who's been pulling the strings. It's time to put on that cape. Let's embrace our inner superhero. We all have this hero archetype nestled within us, waiting to be awakened. This hero isn't about physical strength or superhuman abilities. Rather, it's about the courage to face our deepest fears, the strength to overcome adversity, and the determination to persist against all odds. Imagine you're standing at the edge of a precipice, staring down into the abyss of the unknown. Fear clenches your heart, but then the hero within you stirs. You take a deep breath, gather your courage, and take the leap. That's your inner superhero propelling you forward, pushing you to take risks and brave the unfamiliar. The hero archetype isn't just about bravery, it's about resilience, perseverance, and the will to keep going even when the journey gets tough. So, the next time you're feeling brave and gallant, remember, you're your own superhero. All right, lovers, this one's for you. Let's embark on a quest for connection. Picture this. You're the lover archetype, a hopeless romantic seeking deep, meaningful connections. You're the one who sees beauty in every dewdrop, every sunset, and every smile. You're the one who sends love letters, not texts, and definitely not DMs. You're the one who believes in soulmates and love at first sight. Now, imagine you're at a party, swaying to the rhythm of the music. Across the room, someone catches your eye. Instantly, you're drawn to them. It's not about their looks, though. It's about the connection you feel, that inexplicable pull. That's the lover in you, seeking a deep bond, a soul-to-soul connection. You stride across the room, heart pounding, ready to dive into a conversation that could last hours or maybe a lifetime. So the next time you're feeling romantic and connected, remember, the lover's been at work. Ever had a wise old owl guiding you? Let's meet the mentor. Picture this. You're wandering through the dense forest of life, lost, and suddenly there he is, the mentor. Not all heroes wear capes, and not all mentors are adorned with grey beards and spectacles. But their wisdom and guidance, that's unmistakable. Our mentor might be a grumpy old professor who can't stand tardiness, or a sassy barista who serves life lessons with your morning coffee. They are the unsung heroes, the guiding light that helps us navigate our path, pushing us to learn, grow, and ultimately become the best versions of ourselves. They're the Yoda to our Luke Skywalker, the Dumbledore to our Harry Potter, the Mr. Miyagi to our Karate Kid. They challenge us, they inspire us, and they instill in us a sense of purpose and direction. So, the next time you're seeking wisdom and guidance, look no further. The mentor's got your back. All right, folks, if you're enjoying this roller coaster ride through the world of archetypes, do hit that subscribe button. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if it sparked your curiosity or made you laugh. And remember, every like and subscribe makes the hero in me do a little happy dance. Ever wondered who's been conjuring up your dreams and desires? Meet the magician. This archetype is the master of manifestation, the wizard of the will, the sorcerer of the subconscious. When the magician is at play, reality becomes as malleable as clay. Imagine a chap named Fred, a regular Joe, who one day decides he wants to be a world-renowned chef. He doesn't just wish for it, he stirs up a potent potion of determination, creativity, and sheer will. He pours this concoction into his everyday life. He practices, he experiments, he fails, he tries again. And voila, one day Fred finds himself not flipping burgers at a local diner, but dazzling the world with his culinary magic. That, my friends, is the magician in action. The magician archetype transforms dreams into reality. It reshapes the mundane into the miraculous. So the next time you're manifesting your dreams into reality, remember the magician's been sprinkling some magic dust. Well, folks, that was quite a journey, wasn't it? We've met the archetypes, explored the hero's journey, and even danced with the trickster. We've delved into the shadow, embraced the divine feminine, and unraveled the collective unconscious. We've seen archetypes at work in our everyday lives, embraced our inner superheroes, embarked on the lover's quest, followed the mentor's guiding light, and tapped into the magician's manifestation magic. Remember, archetypes are not just characters in stories. They're the heroes, villains, and tricksters of your own life story. And with that, it's time for me to sign off. A heartfelt thank you for joining this journey into the realm of Jungian archetypes. Don't forget to share this video. Perhaps it could spark a self-discovery quest for someone else. Until next time, keep exploring your inner archetypes. Cheerio! Savored this video? Fancy another? Click the on-screen video for an even deeper dive into fresh territory. Your support is like a warm cuppa on a brisk day. Give us a thumbs up, subscribe, ring that bell for the latest content. Cheers for watching.